Today I'm going to tell you an old cattle story. It's from the source for this information is from the Portland Guardian on the 31st of May 1909. On the 22nd of May 1909, my grandfather Fred Wilson and his mate Simpson Johnson appeared in the Portland Magistrates Court before Mr. E. E. Williams PM and Mr. Jazz Long JP. They were charged with wilfully and maliciously maiming a bull belonging to Mr. W. F. Headage. The story goes Wilson and Johnson were driving a mob of cattle home from the coast, past the Headage Cashmere Heath property, when an Ayrshire bull jumped the fence into their mob of Hereford heifers. The Wilson family history is Fred Wilson's grandfather, John Wilson, brought the first Hereford cattle into Victoria when he arrived in Portland on the 5th of September 1855 aboard the ship Craig Gorm. Hereford cattle meant a lot to the Wilson family. The last thing they needed was an Ayrshire cross calves. The young 19-year-old Fred Wilson would also have been in big trouble with his father Tom Wilson if he had arrived home with a 2-year-old Ayrshire bull amongst the Hereford heifers. So Fred Wilson and Simpson Johnson roped and castrated the 2-year-old bull on the spot as soon as they arrived at Wilson's cattle yards. The problem was that it was a stud Hereford bull that Headage had purchased from the Royal Agricultural Show in Melbourne. He'd paid 5 guineas for it and now valued it at £15. William Headage then had reported the castration of the bull to the Portland police, who sent 2 constables, O'Donnell and Kesey, to interview Wilson at his parents' home at Cape Bridgewater. And then later on they caught up with Johnson. After the interrogations, after being interrogated, both the boys admitted to the procedure, the castration of the bull. The court's problem was castration is a normal farm practice. Would you charge the owner with maiming the beast? So why a stranger? Also, the beast had recovered and was in perfect health, minus the testicles. But what crime should they charge the 2 boys with? Much debate amongst the legal practitioners during the hearing as to what the charge should be. I've read the full transcript of the hearing. The prosecution would not allow the charge to be downgraded. So both the boys were scheduled to go to trial on the 22nd of June 1908 on the original charge. But I've never been able to find any further record of the cases. Tom Wilson was said to have yelled from the body of the court, "I'll pay, I'll pay," and eventually paid £15 compensation to Headage. So I think case must have gone away. As stated during the court case, Headage and Wilson had been neighbours and friends for more than 30 years. So I think some monetary compensation would have made it all go away. But it was a farcical event in those years of 1909. Once again, the Wilson larrikin spirit showed itself. They loved their Hereford cattle. This I saw in my own lifetime. Uncle Reg, Fred's youngest brother, was a proud Hereford breeder. I've posted photos of him at local shows, proudly showing his Herefords. The hearing script also mentioned many local district families of the period who were called to give evidence. Those called were Constables O'Donnell and Kesey, W.F. Headage, Robert Wilson, William Simpson, John Compton and Arthur Sutton. All right, now once again, all this information is sourced from the Portland Guardian, 31st of May 1909. Thank you.